What's up, guys? Welcome back to A Trucker's Life. I'm Jorge Navarro. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you've already been subscribed, welcome back, guys. And here we are again on another real trucker story. I think this is number 4. Not 100% sure. Yep, I think it's number 4. But anyways, before I get to the story, I also have, I'm going to have an unboxing at the end of the video. So I have somebody, one of you guys that sent me a box, sent me some real cool stuff that I'm really excited to show everybody. So stay tuned to the end to see that. So anyways, this story started when I was a rookie driver, 3 months on the road at most. And I was mostly doing local stuff, and I was given the opportunity to drive a brand new 389 Peterbilt when they first came out. It was a short nose Peterbilt, owner-operator spec. I worked for a nursery, so I had a 53-foot reefer with a lift gate on the back. Added weight, right? Okay, so I had all this stuff, and then I was offered a load up to Seattle, Washington. We were going through the slow season for a plant, so we didn't have any plant work, but during that time they got us, you know, freight to just go run freight to make a little bit of money while we came back to our season, right? Well, they gave me the load that I was picking up at the Port of Houston, so I picked it up at the Port of Houston. I showed up at 4 p.m. The guys left at 5, so they rushed to get everything on the truck. They got everything loaded. There were these big old heavy boxes full of beef and frozen boxes of beef. They loaded my trailer. They booked it, right? So I'm like, dang, okay. So let me go get scaled out. I went and got scaled out, and I scaled 81,000 pounds. Yep, 81,000 pounds. I was over gross. I was over gross on my trailer axles. I was over gross on my tandems. So yeah, I wasn't in good shape. Another thing, I didn't know that I didn't have all the permits that I was supposed to have. That will come later in the story. I take off, you know, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm just nervous, but I'm gonna go anyways. I'm just gonna risk it and I'm gonna go. Back in the logbook days and all that stuff, but I mean, you'll see why I'm talking about logbook. Anyway, so I take off, and it was supposed to be, I think I left on a Tuesday, and I was supposed to deliver on Friday up in Seattle. And if I didn't deliver Friday, I was gonna be stuck Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then not deliver till Tuesday, because Monday was 4th of July. I mean, I remember that. I take off, right? I'm going. I go up through New Mexico, up through Utah. Then I go up. I don't know why I did that. No, actually I'm lying. I went up through Colorado. I went up through Wyoming, and I went through all these scales: Colorado scales, Wyoming scales. Nobody said anything or did anything. The Colorado scales, I think as I was going by, they gave me a bypass, so they didn't weigh me there. Of course, from Texas, from where I was at, all the way to Colorado, there is no scales, and if there are, they're normally closed, especially at night. So I make it all the way up there, go into Wyoming, no problem, and I'm just going across. I go up into Montana, no problem again. And then I show up to the Spokane scales up there. And this is where things got a little bit interesting. So I pulled up to the scale, and the scale master made me sit there for a little while. And then, if I'm not mistaken, you can actually see your weights. And I knew that I was overweight, and you know, I knew all these things. So I was like, dang, man, he's really gonna get me. So he went ahead and pulled me back, went to the back and parked the truck. And this is where I'm going to tell you guys that having common courtesy and trying to find a way to talk and to make these people smile. Anybody at scale, D.O.T. officer, can make a huge difference. And that's why I normally try to do that with officers anyways. Just unfortunately, there's some that just, whatever, they don't. But there's also a lot of very good officers out there, so we're not going to start talking about that. So anyways, parked the truck, grabbed my stuff, whatever I had, bill of lading, all that stuff. I walked into the scale house, and he said, well, how you doing today? I kind of felt that it was a little bit sarcastic, because yeah, I knew I was going to get in trouble, and but I was like, I'm doing wonderful, sir. Like, you know, with a big old smile, I'm doing wonderful, sir. Just not as good now that I'm in here with you, but you know, other than that, you know, I'm good. He's like, okay, cool. So, you know, we started talking back and forth, and he said, hand me your logbook. I'm like, oh boy. So I hand him my logbook, right? Up until then, I thought that I was cheating correctly. Yeah, I didn't think about things. So He's like, okay, let me check your logbook. He starts looking through the logbook. He says, well, from this place to this place, you can get here if you're doing 65 miles an hour, but you got all these mountains to go through. Your average speed is going to be about 35, 45 miles an hour. There's no way you got here in this amount of time. So you're either falsifying your logs or you were speeding. 2 violations right there. All right, okay, so let me put this to the side. Let's go ahead and hand me your permit book. Hand him my permit book, and I'm missing like 3 or 4 different permits that were very, very, very important to have. He said, well, you're missing a few permits, and I'm going to tell you. Let me pull out my law book. He pulled out this law book, and if I wish I remembered which paper it was. It could have been the IFTA. I don't know what it was. Pulled out the law book and it said, well, if you know, this driver does not have this, or if the vehicle doesn't have this particular paperwork, he can be arrested, taken to jail until seen in front of a judge, and then get released, right? However that might work. So, okay, so now I'm missing those 3 pieces of paperwork. So now let's go back. Speeding, logbook violations, missing permits, right? So I'm up to here already in trouble. But I still try to, just joke around with him, talk about different things, and try to make sure that he's got a smile on his face, just in case he might, just cut me a little bit of slack, right? So, okay, so he's done with that stuff. He said, well, I can take you to jail, but let's continue doing the inspection and we'll finish all this stuff up. So he's like, okay, so you're gross overweight, total gross, trailer overweight, tandem's overweight, truck tandem's overweight. So you have 3 overweight tickets. So let's count them back. Speeding, logbook violation, tandems, trailer tandems, truck tandems, gross overweight, missing 3 permits, 8 violations, major violations, not little sorry violations, major violations. This was a Thursday. Okay, so I needed to deliver Friday morning. So he looks at me. He said, well, sir. He said, well, son, he said, well, you know what? Let me ask you a couple questions. I was like, I'm like, whatever, man, whatever, we're good. Talk to me. He said, let me ask you a couple questions. He said, and I want you to answer them as honest as you can. Like, sure. You got it. He said, do you have these large amounts of money in the bank? Do you have a lot of money in the bank? No, sir. No, I don't. He said, have you recently won the lottery? Just this big amount of money for the lottery, and just got all this money that you can get a hold of just immediately so you can pay all this stuff off. I said, no, sir. I don't have any of this stuff. He said, look, here's what I'm going to do for you. Grabbed the logbook, put it in my permit book, grabbed the permit book, closed the permit book, slid it to me. He said, look, son, he said, today is your lucky day. I'm not giving you any violation. He said, but you go to the next truck stop that is a few miles down the road, you park this truck, get them permits, and get yourself caught up on the logbook, get everything caught up, because when you get to Snoqualmie Pass, there's going to be another scale, and you will more than likely be inspected again because you are overweight. But if you wait till a certain time, that scale closes and you'll be able to go on through anyways. So he said, happy 4th of July. Please be careful. Let me on out. He gave me nothing. And I was stunned. That's one thing that has stuck to me forever. I mean, ever since that happened, it's just a story that's been stuck to my head, that there are some very, very good people out there. So I get all these permits in, I get all my stuff in, but I didn't know how to really mess with logbooks too much, so I just risked it and I just took off and went to Seattle anyways. I knew the scale was going to be closed at a certain time, and I knew, all this stuff. Made it to Seattle, was able to offload, but still wasn't able to get a new load back, so I ended up staying the whole weekend up there, 4th of July weekend, which was, I walked to the bay, and they had a beautiful firework display out there. that day for the 4th of July, and it was just amazing. It was beautiful. It was awesome. Had a great time. But these are stories. These are things that happen to us out here on the road, and us truck drivers are full of stories. And sometimes we add a couple things. You know, there's drivers that like to add extras, but I don't have nothing to gain on adding any extras for you guys. I just, you know, maybe if you guys are new and might go through these type of experiences, try to be as courteous as you can to these officers, because sometimes they just want somebody to talk to. Sometimes they're just great people, but then there's those ones that doesn't matter what you do or say. It's the best thing to do is not even argue with them. And I know some of you guys, you know, believe in arguing with them and all this other stuff. I really don't. I mean, I'm not, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to win anyway, so I just, you know, let it be, and whatever. It happens, right? So, yeah, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed that story. I know it's not an exciting story, but it is after all the other stories that I've said about DOTs, you know, kind of being donkeys or ends to me. I've had, you know, that was one of the good ones, and there's plenty more good ones. So without further ado, guys, let me open up. I'm going to do this unboxing. Well, actually, I already opened the box. And this comes to me from Tomas Reyes from California, and from San Diego. And I really do appreciate this gift. You don't know how much I appreciate the last one. I appreciate everything that's in the box. The last thing I'm going to show you guys is one that I really love. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to pop out, and the first thing we got is some Tex Mix, which is a bunch of different nuts and you know, just something to munch on the road while you're out there on the road. You know, it's spicy peanuts, almonds, salsa corn, sesame sticks, chili bites, and yeah, so this is really amazing. I'm definitely going to take advantage of these. Well, I got to kind of take it easy on these because I'm trying to, you know, try to lose a little bit of weight here and there, but yeah, so these are awesome. Next thing we got is some jerky, some beef jerky, Cajun beef jerky. Check that out, guys. So this jerky will definitely be eaten on the road for sure. So appreciate that too. And this is all natural, no MSGs, no added, no sugars. So good stuff. Thank you so much for that. And last but not least, this is what I'm mostly excited of, guys. And if you are a truck driver, I think you should get some of these. Well, whatever you do, even a mechanic should get some of these. They are some safety glasses, but not any safety glasses. They are anti-fog safety glasses, and not just any anti-fog safety glasses. Check this out. They got lights. You can do one light if you want, or, you know, both lights. These things are awesome. These things are very awesome, especially at night. You have something go wrong with the truck, or what have you. You can turn these on and just do some stuff, some work on your truck, or whatever you need to work on. So, and they're anti-fog, which is amazing. Definitely love these. So Tomas Reyes, I appreciate all this stuff that you sent me. You just don't. These things right here, yeah, I love them. I love everything you sent, but these things right here are the ones that yes, I'm definitely going to take care of these. The other ones I'm going to take care of too, but the belly's going to take care of that. But anyways, guys, I really do appreciate it. I appreciate, if you guys want to send me anything, whatever it is, a letter, a sticker, anything you want to send me, you can just go down below, scroll down to the description of the video, and I have the address right there, which is 994 P.O. Box 994, Willis, Texas 77378, and you can send me whatever you want. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for joining me one more time on my trucker stories. And guys, don't forget to be kind to one another. Help anybody needs help. Anybody contemplating suicide, don't do it, because we love you. Phone number, of course, 1-800-273-8255. Military men and women, thank you so much for your service, for what you do and have done for this country. See you guys on the next video. Peace. I'm out of here.